Hey everyone, Autonomous64 here, and today we're here on the Nintendo DSi. Yes, it's time for Crash of the Titans on the Nintendo DS. It's not one of the DSi exclusive games. It just happens to be on one. It just happens to be the system I'm doing this on. Now, I've mentioned this on several accounts at this point, but yes, whereas the console and the GBA games have a bit of a difference in just graphical capabilities, they're mostly the same game. The GBA games follow the same follow the same story, but is effectively a different game. This one is practically an entirely different departure from any of the versions on the game of this game pretty much. And today we're gonna see exactly what that is. Starting with the fact that this is honestly, like, the title screen itself, just the very beginning, is a nice little callback. Like, they had the whole thing set up to where it's basically like the first Crash game on the PlayStation 1. Like, legitimately such a cool little nod that they did here. Okay. Oh, let me actually remove that. We're gonna do this like completely fresh. Okay. So, I don't plan on doing a whole, like, 100% playthrough for this. I mostly just am doing this for just a little exposure on this. Oh, what? That's all I can do? Okay. Alright. There's a little bit of an exposure on this particular version because I do think this is a game that, at the time, most people liked this one the most compared to the others. You know, given how much of a difference this is compared to the classic games. But let's just go ahead and get started. Unfortunately, there's no warping here, so.
Oh, he's sleeping again. Crash, wake up. Crash, you can't sleep now. Neo Cortex is at it again. He's using the mojo power of the islands to turn all the peaceful creatures into horrible monsters. Crash, you must wake up and do something! Cortex has captured me! Soon he will control all of the Tiki Masks and their mojo power! Crash, he has taken us to the top of Mount Wumpa. You must hurry! There's no telling what Cortex plans to do with the power of the mojo. Oh, brother, not another tutorial.
You better pay attention if you want any chance of defeating me, Dr. Neo Cortex. If you absolutely need help with Crash's moves, pause the game and select Moves List. Now don't bother me again.
Lovely as ever, Cortex, I swear. But yes, this is a large majority of what we're going to be seeing on the game. Just moving around with the D-pad, kicking, punching, jumping, doing some double jumping in this game. Thank goodness that's a default. I'll never forget that. And of course blocking, but we don't do that here. Now, actually, on that note, because the thing is, like I said, right out the gate, you have the ability to block and evade, but keep in mind that in the console versions of the game, console and PSP versions of the game, and even this version, you don't get Aku Aku right out the gate. So, what did they do for this one? I'm not sure if you can really see that too well, but it's literally just a generic board. In fact,
What have I got?
despite the fact that they have the Aku Aku sound effect for this,
What have I got?
you actually do get the ability to do the slide, again, right out the gate. So right out the gate, you can really start moving on this.
What have I got? What have I got? What have I got?
Of course, there are different mutants in this version compared to any of the versions of the game. I think, in fact, outside of the bosses, I think this game actually has the most unique
Collect
times in
Wumpa
the game.
fruit to replenish Crash's health.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember that he sometimes talks. Now, in terms of combat, it is still like the other versions, but this one is just with 2 buttons. Y button to attack, little punch. X button for the kicks. The B button doesn't do anything yet.
Collect Aku Aku feathers to protect Crash from damage. Use your fists and feet. Haven't you pressed the X or Y buttons yet? Try it out. How do you plan on defeating me if you can't even master a simple punch or kick? Now leave me alone.
Yes. Oh, look at this. A grind section right here. Wait, that's not gonna leash. And yes, we actually do have some items that we could use for the on the touch screen right here. Again, it's a DS game. Every game has to have a touch screen ability.
Touch on-demand items on the touchscreen to activate them.
Check this out. What? You only hit the one. Okay, so it's like as soon as you activate it. That's why. Of course, ledge controls. Much like how it is on the consoles. There we go. I think the best combo to do on this is really just alternating Y and X. Cause like, there's a bit of cooldown if you try to do it like this. And there's no block canceling on this one. So like, you just have to actually just alternate between these two. But overall I say, like, that aside, this is honestly a very nice looking area. Again, I know the DS was capable of stuff like this for the, like, at the time, but it's still impressive just looking at it even then, like, even right now. Just one of those things that's like, you know what, this is amazing.
Oh, please, put a sock in it, Aku Aku. Crash will never make it here in time to save you. I've taken very careful precautions. I waited until he fell asleep. That pathetic hairball sleeps through anything.
Don't be so sure, Cortex. That so-called pathetic hairball has defeated you before, and he'll do it again.
Huh, we'll see about that. How did you... What? Oh.
I told you so.
I told you so, I told you so. No matter. Mutants, eliminate this troublemaker so I can escape.
Alright, time for a battle right out the gate. Just a lot of mutant finding. You don't want to get stuck between the two, because there is a little bit of pushback in this.
Crash, free me! You need my help to defeat all these mutants!
What happens if you don't do that? I just want to see what happens if you don't free him. Okay, it looks like they're just gonna keep spawning.
What have I got? Well done, Crash! Now you must throw me onto the face of one of the mutants. I'll give you control of its unique powers.
Okay, so, of course, as you've seen, every mutant in the game can actually be stunned and jacked using the touch screen, like, and jacked using either the B button or the touch screen. A little bit more on that later, but right now, oh, actually, the game literally mentions that. Okay, so if you use the L button, you can actually, like, dismount on the mutants. I believe it's the B button, you jack them, and when they're jacked, you use their special ability. But if you use the L button while they're jacked, that's when you dismount. Let me see. Oh, I forgot this game actually has a parry of sorts. Okay. And you can't go from mutant to mutant doing that. You actually have to use the touchscreen. That's going to be important because for some areas, there's going to be a high score that you need. Like, there's actually a bit of a high score you need if you were to go for 100% on this. And the mojo upgrades are not cheap.
I am so sick of losing! Soon, Crash Bandicoot, we will see who makes a fool out of who. Or is it whom?
Well done, Crash. Now we must quickly visit each of the islands and collect the mojo power there. Together we'll use the power of your enemies against them.
Crash, I'm so glad I caught up to you. Someone has turned all the animals in Wumpa Village into terrible monsters. Oh, you have to go to the village and save them.
I mean, someone has to do it.
Huh? What more do you want from me? Do you want me to mention that you can upgrade abilities at the evolution kiosk? Or that you can try your luck on the pachinko machine for additional rewards? Well, I won't. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. Ah! You did it again! This dreaded tutorial is now officially over. I'll see you in the boss showdown.
Just throwing out spoilers, huh? Yes, this is the little upgrade screen that Coco offers you for the mojo you collect. To get the highest amount of mojo, there is a multiplier in this game just like a Mind Over Mutant, but this multiplier can only be increased if you go from mutant to mutant using the touchscreen. There's no way around it.
Attack upgrade! Are you sure? Olé!
Wait, what did she say?
Hooray!
Health upgrade! Are you sure? Wow!
Look at that! We're already up to hundreds off of just one upgrade. You'd think saving the world would give you at least a little bit of a discount, but I guess not. So, this is the actual screen that you see when you're playing through each of the levels in this. There's one level where you play the normal playthrough, another one where you usually use the touchscreen, whether it be for sliding or whatever have you. The collectibles at the bottom and on the right. But, like I said, this I'm pretty sure is not going to be 100% because we're not doing hundreds of boxes right out the gates. I don't even think the nitros that are in this game even count towards that total anyway. Yeah, wood and TNT. They don't mention anything about no nitros. Like, I'll definitely try because, again, getting the most amount of mojo is important for getting the higher upgrades. It's just, oh man, you are asking a lot from me here. I think you get slightly more range off of that too. Same goes for when you're using their abilities. But again, the abilities can't just be can be used just by pressing the B button. Like, you don't really need the controls for everything. I don't even think you really need it just to beat the game. It's just that, like, if you want to go above and beyond and like get 100% and everything, then that's pretty much what you're just gonna have to do. Okay, I hear a mask already. Stop jumping.
What have I got?
So, you have to actually...
What have I got?
Wait, is it? Oh, you have to put... Wait, you have to push the kick button to do the slam? Oh, wait, that actually reminds me. Hold on, let me see if I can find an enemy. That's how you do it. Oh my god, I forgot. You could just choose them by doing the stomp. And the thing is, there's actually a different stomp depending on if you do the single hit, which just instantly sends you down, or the double one, which gives you the whole animation, but accomplishes the same thing otherwise. Why they go the extra length over a double jump? I don't know.
What have I got?
Oh, and one important thing is, when you're doing this whole thing, you can't jump.
What have I got?
Like, I'm literally mashing the jump button. You can't do it. Ah! Wait. Ah, frick. I don't hear a mess, so I'm not worrying about one of the tikis, so I'm not worried about those. It's just... Yeah, like that. That sound. Oh. Okay, gotta be careful here because you can barely see. Oh, so they're actually so you just couldn't hear it, but it was in there. Okay. But anyway, as I was about to say, you think with like games like God of War on like PS2 and everything that like there'd be more games that can be able to maneuver the camera. Yeah, maneuver the camera without too much of a hassle. But again, keep in mind that game doesn't even have camera controls either, which is what makes it so goddamn impressive. Oh, and every time we enter near one of the ends of the section of a level, arena fighter of sorts. Did I forget to mention that the mutants can talk to? Whereas the GBA version did like a little joke with a sitcom about like sitcoms and everything, this game kind of goes above and beyond with that one. Oh, and by the way, the moment you get dismounted from the mutant, whether it's because it dies or you just jump off it manually, your combo meter just ends too. Wait, can I actually go back up with this? Hold on. Okay, so it's not a super... It's not like one of those in the consoles where you can just... where it forces you downward. Is it mounted or mutant? I think it's in both. Is it? I haven't really put much of a note on it, but the music's also nice too. So, oh yeah, frick. So, the mutants here. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Before we get to that arena over there. So, in some of the mutants, they actually have the freaking mic ability, where as long as you blow onto it, you can actually make it last for much longer. This being one of them. If you do this, you can actually hold it for much longer. You know what? Let me try it. Hold on. Let me try it. Hold on. Okay, no, I don't got it in me. And you could probably guess what will happen if I dare touch that water. What? they really brought up a whole cutscene just to see that he can go on the water. You know, actually, let me test that theory of what I said about the nitros. 47. Yeah, look at that. They don't even count towards the total. Legit there just to be there. And unfortunately, we're back to the games of... Back to the games where you can't touch ledges. Mutants are just so allergic to using their freaking hands, paws, claws, whatever they got. Whatever they got going on. Unfortunately, outside of the slam, there's really no attack in the air either. Now that I'm actually mentioning this. Dude, he's almost dead from that one hit. Okay. And thankfully, I will say this, I haven't even I've been talking so much about this, I haven't even mentioned like the overall feel I've been getting with this game so far. It's just like the game puts more on like a linear 3D style, again, just like with the earlier Crash games. It still has the combat of the Titans. It's just in this one, it just feels like they want to opt more for a bit of a balance between the two as opposed to just like one or the other. Actually, let me test something real quick. I think this is the game where you can double jump at any freaking height. Like, you can be as far down as like the pit and you can still double jump because you don't have to do it at the very point of your jump, the first one. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can find a better spot. I got no comment on the fact that they sometimes just... that sometimes Crash just... Nah, let's just keep going. Is he doing a whole... This dude's doing a whole flash kick. All we're missing is the flash. Come here. Nah, but it's just... I feel a little weird with this game, because like... Oh yeah, there's a bonus, but before I get to that... Because like... This game feels just like... It feels like it's more of the midway of how to handle like this game in the Crash games. Like in the earlier Crash games. Like just it feels like it's that sweet spot. I wish I could properly describe it. But like that middle ground where it's like you hit the right points of the new series. But you also... Oh yeah, this is where I could test it. Here we go. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I wasn't that far back, and I actually think I kept the mojo. Actually, let me test that. Okay, no, you don't get to keep it. That'd be a little broken. But no. It's just... There's just so many areas that this game does that I kind of wish the consoles kind of leaned onto. But I also do kind of wish this version actually had multiplayer. How would it work? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they would just do either the arena styles or the PSP version. Because I can't imagine they do a whole gameplay loop of co-op on top of working on the GBA version of the game, on top of, well, marketing. Like, if you've been there with the marketing of this game, it is ridiculous in like the best and sometimes worst ways possible. Also, I'm not sure if it's me, but like, I kind of want to experiment with the nitros in this game compared to like the DS version of Mind Over Mutant, where I know that just instantly kill you. All right. Ah! I'm trying to time it. But yes, as I mentioned, like way back, there was actually a parry, but you gotta time it. Okay, I'm getting bodied. Let me just get out of here. Okay, so we hit the goal pretty much. And what happens with that? There's absolutely nothing so far. Unless... Why'd he fly it all the way over there just from a little water? Like, all the mutants in this game are more like chimeras. Is it, how do you say it? Chimeras? But basically they're like a straight up fusion of like two different creatures versus how... In Minor Mutant, it was like that somewhat. Not Minor Mutant, but like, well, I mean that game too, and of the Titans, where it's like that and some like entirely different creatures. Like, I wish I could properly describe that, but I don't trust I'm gonna make that, honestly. And I already got the crash, please. And here I thought the fact that Crash Tag Team Racing gave you the power to do that was a bit much. Although I guess that one had perfect too, so I guess there was a little bit of a difference. And again, like I said, even though we hit the threshold, we still need to get more just for the upgrades. Because apparently... superheroes are apparently allergic to free upgrades. I missed one, but not this game too.
You reached the mojo goal for this level.
That wasn't the game, by the way. That was actually my own phone. Okay, I'm actually gonna do the event for the slider, get a few upgrades, and then end the video here because I kind of want to do like two parts per island, as they are. They are basically different levels. Anyway, the slider, as you can see, entirely controlled by the touchscreen. Every single button on here, including the D-pad, just jumps. If that wasn't enough, we have some of the weirdest freaking music I've ever heard of. Like, it's not even like on par with what you hear in the Titans games. You'll be fine. You gotta be a little gentle with it too, because like if you try doing too fast, like just not super quickly, it'll turn, but it's enough to spook you. Let me tell you. And no, you can't. And no, you can't go back.
Slide upgrade. Are you sure you're unstoppable? Attack upgrade. Are you sure? Remarkable.
And I actually can't even upgrade anymore. I probably should have went for the other ones instead. But that's fine. Because in the next part we'll be taking on the second level here, which I believe is Wumpa Jungle. I will say this. I do kind of miss the... Can I do that again? Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen again, but anyway, in the next part we'll be taking care of that, and I'll actually take a little look on the lottery here before we get started. So, with that being said, this is our Choices of Our sign out. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay insane, stay natural foods like 2 just stay alive, and of course, as always, wait, is this their house? Anyway, stay warped. Stay warped!